Come on. Hurry up.
The hell?
All right. And we are live, folks. We are
We'll
live.
do it live. Okay. Well, no. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live.
I never get tired of that. I never get tired of that, man. Like, that is MVP shit right there, dog.
Classic
Welcome.
Fox News.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Knuckles Family and Friend podcast, where we discuss all pop culture when it comes about gaming, comics, anime, all that fun stuff. And as always, it's Sunday night. You know we had to do this. Once again, get together to talk about the last episode of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And as I am doing this, Anthony joins us right as I'm doing the intro right there. Oh, so perfect freaking timing, dog. You joined in just in time. Like I was just doing the intro and then bang, I see Anthony probably like, oh bang, here we go right there. So just start on time, man. Thank you for showing up. Appreciate it. But like I said, we got the crew with me. Like I said, Anthony just came through, the artist Anthony. We got the energetic Derek in the building who's in this dark realm right now. He's being Bane right now, so I don't even want to know where he's at right now before you know we all might die. Clearly he's alive from what happened last week. We didn't know what happened with him last week, so he's alive right now. So everybody, Derek's fine.
I made it.
He made it, so it's all good. And of course, now we have the lovely Rachel. She has her nice PlayStation hoodie on right there. She represents everything everything Sony. So
That's
you know,
right.
so. And by the way, speaking of Sony, I didn't get my PS5, so yeah,
Oh no.
yeah.
I'm not even gonna comment.
There's a point.
Just,
Yeah,
How'd you lose it? You lost it?
My friend was gonna go pick it up from the guy that I was selling it to, and he wanted an extra $100. And my friend was like, "No, we're not doing that because you told us to pay this much. This was a bundle, two controllers, the Miles Morales game, and Call of Duty. So that show's about like $800. And then this motherfucker wanted like an extra 100. No. And my friend spoke for me. He said no. So shout out to Waker right there for doing that shit because that was some shit ass business right there. You can't tell somebody an extra 100 when you tell them, hey, pay this much. Like you got me fucked up right now, bro. Like I want a PS5, but now you're gonna like rip me off with that shit. No. So if he's watching this, you can go fucking fuck yourself for all I care. But anyways, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the last episode of the Falcon and Winter Soldier. And as I said to Rachel, with how busy my day was today, I didn't get the chance to watch the episode again. So you might have to like refresh my memory if I missed anything. But I'm gonna say this about this show. But obviously we'll talk about the series as we get towards the end. But the end, I liked the episode. I was expecting a lot more action. Like the action was kind of anticlimactic. It wasn't anything that was like, oh shit. I was like, oh, like yeah, Falcon no, correction. Captain America looked good. Like I thought it was gonna be a little bit more blue from Wakanda, but I still fuck with it. I mean, the wings were vibranium, so and like Falcon slash I'm sorry, Captain America looked great. But like I said, the action I was expecting more. John Walker didn't do shit. He threw his little kindergarten frisbee and shit. And Carl was like, "We get that weak shit out of my face right now." And John Walker's like, "Oh shit." Well, I'm gonna hold this L right now, guys. I'm gonna leave. Clearly, I didn't do anything. So this ain't my fight. This is your fight, guys. I'm out of here, guys. Like he's looking like Morgenthau. Finish what we started. And then that was like he like hold the L like that might the door of the Majin whooped your ass. That might have been your biggest L, but like that was just like embarrassing on the last episode, bro. Like nah. But I really love the ending of what happened. Like I definitely shed a tear right there. Like that was a beautiful ending right there. But this episode like was expected a lot more. Like the action just wasn't like as what I thought it would be. It could have been so much more. But like I said, it was a good episode, but there could have been so much more they could have done with this episode. But like I said, I don't want to say too much. I was want to give you like my crew to share their thoughts or whatever. So I don't know who wants to go after me. Maybe I'll do rock paper scissors. Obviously, Derek can't do it because he's black right now in a dark room right now, so he's gonna cheat. So I don't know who's gonna go after me right now because, like I said, good episode. Wasn't the best episode, no, but you know, just wasn't like a oh shit moment at all. Well, maybe there was some oh shit moments, but it's like it wasn't like I think you probably expected like a better fight between Captain America and Carly. But anyone can go up next. I mean, y'all can fight to the death for it. I don't know.
Let Rachel go.
Why am I always going first? All right.
Oh yeah, fine. If you don't want to go first, we can have you laugh.
I like to because I don't know where to start sometimes. So like I like when you guys start doing stuff first.
If you want me to go and then chime in, or Derek, then that'll work too.
Yeah, you can go.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, as far as like the last final episode, it was good. It wasn't like amazing. I kind of expected it to be amazing. I think the best fighting scene they had in this whole series was the first episode. Was the plane kind of scene or the helicopter scene, but I think that I think it was pretty cool to see the Captain America suit on Sam, and just like I like how they introduced some of like his like battle techniques, like as far as like using the wings to protect the guy when they was on the bridge and things like that. Like they added like some nice cool like little features, in this like episode. It kind of left you like where it was like it was definitely like a serious closer. Like the cliffhanger of was it not Sarah,
Sharon.
Yeah, Sharon, like seeing that like she's like the power broker now, and we kind of guessed that she's the power broker, but at the same time it's kind of like where she's going to take this power, being able to be back in the United States but still have that power that she has back where she was at. It's kind of interesting to see like who she's going to become, and like if she's going to be more so on the bad side of things, or she's just going to kind of be a kind of like a neutral character, going forward. Because you kind of seem like she still has like kind of respect for Sam and Bucky. So it's that kind of left me kind of like the only thing in this episode I was kind of like that's pretty interesting. But
she did save
yeah,
him before, like when not to cut you off. She did save him like early on. So I mean, it's debate whether she's good or bad. It really depends on like how it affects her. Like I guess anti-hero at the end of the day. Sorry to cut you off though.
no, you're good. I mean, I kind of wanted more of a fight between him and the guy that was like, I want the Falcon, George St. Pierre. That fight scene was a little, could have been a lot more. Like I expected for him to actually like kill him and not him be shot at the end. Um, that was like a little bit of like a letdown because I wanted that to be like a real battle because he's a UFC fighter. Like that could have been a really good scene. So,
And
um,
they have history
yeah,
in the comics.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like this episode was kind of like it was just a closer. You know what I'm saying? Like it didn't really. I would say the episode before this was like the best episode that they had so far. But as far as like, closing out the Falcon and Winter Soldier, they did a good job. I mean, Bucky, his closure kind of thing, like not showing too much of, him like seeing everybody one by one and getting that kind of closure and telling them exactly what happened was kind of like a good thing that they threw in there, just not to leave that, open for us to kind of like be like, oh, like, did he ever get closure? It kind of seemed like he was definitely in a better place um, at the end of this kind of whole series. So I was happy to see. I like the relationship. I like the relationship between him and Sam, and like at the end, seeing him like at the cookout and stuff like that. Was kind of like nice. And obviously Isaiah's scene was like really powerful, and that was kind of like a tearjerker moment. Him hugging him, showing him that like that he was appreciated, and that he did get a memorial you know, in his honor was pretty awesome to see. So let somebody else take over. But overall, I give this whole show a thumbs up. Obviously, I think they did a fantastic job in bringing out this character.
We'll let Derek go next because Rachel wants to go last. Because she thinks she's hot shit and whatever. Save the
No,
best
I just
for
feel like I
last.
talk a lot, so I like to let you guys talk first for a little bit.
I feel like
We all
talk
talk a lot.
Okay,
Go
so
ahead.
character unlocked. Now,
Here we go.
Dr. Sis.
Anywho, the Isaiah Bradley Memorial was probably the best part of the whole thing for me because he gets that closure that he is known in that he like is recognized as a super soldier and was one of the original. Like they know the whole shebang. That's amazing. Like the fact that Falcon, well now Captain America, kept his word. Like that shows so much. I mean, he already is like characterizing himself to be a prominent successor. Like you didn't even take the serum, and you're out there with the shield, like doing it and knowing how to use it. Uh, Bucky's closure, with the father of the dude he killed, that pissed me off. They just cut. You should have seen my face when he did that shit. I swear to God, I jumped the fuck up. I was like, what the hell just happened? Like, huh?
Did he
What-
kick him out?
Yeah, I'm like, so I said, man, whatever. But when Sam showed up as Captain America, I was hyped. I mean, like you said, and
Mhm.
the best part was the first episode when Falcon was flying in the suit, dodging all the missiles and shit. Like that was the flyest part. Like you, I expected more with him as Captain America, but Anthony Mackie's killing it. Just that boy, to think he was battling Eminem. Like to think he was battling Eminem and getting burned because his real name was Francis.
you know my Falcon. I
Yo,
meant him as
like,
Francis.
and it's like, oh man, he want to be an Avenger. Like, oh, he want to be Captain. Yeah, I could imagine what Eminem got to say right now. Yeah, that's so cool. I'm happy for him.
Fuck that dude.
I'm happy
Dude.
for him.
He
This
put in
is
a lot of hard. He put in a lot of hard work.
he putting in work. And my final close, I saw Sharon Carter being the power broker. We talked about that day one. Like it was a little too it was a little too sus. Like she making calls every time something go down. Like you talking to the ops or are you the ops?
Mhm.
I mean,
But it's like, god dang, from what I heard
street shit.
from Carter now, like,
Street shit.
hey man, the Carters right now, Peggy Carter would be like, Sharon, what the fuck?
The
Shame on you. Fucking up my name, you little bitch. I thought I race married in that bitch. What the fuck?
How dare you throw dirt on my good name? You twit.
Yeah, bitch, you get these hands. You get these
Yo,
hands now. Get
I
these
love when
hands.
the British insult people. But closing, like this is set up. This is set up to something bigger. We all know.
Well, they
And
announced Captain America 4.
like, yeah, it. But it's like it's showing us why he's getting the mantle. Like, if otherwise, this would have been the whole movie. Like, and
Mhm.
that's the messed up part. It would have been him fighting for that shield.
Mhm.
I feel like I
So
appreciated it more as a TV show rather than if this was a
exactly,
movie.
exactly.
It would be
So
better as a TV show. I just don't see it being a theater thing.
exactly. So that's why they did this. They wanted us to feel this shit, so that when we see him out there as Captain America in the next movie, that shit gonna be heavy. Like So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to Doctor Strange. I'm looking forward to Loki. I'm looking forward to all of this shit because they just keep upping it. Like you think you, you think they could make it like, they're gone. Like they're going balls to the wall. Multiverse, I'm hyped. I am so hyped.
Don't hype yourself too much. You know what happened? We hyped yourself the last time.
The
We know
movies,
what happens here.
they said Multiverse of Madness is getting Endgame level.
I'm gonna wait till I see it. I am not hyping myself up. I'm like, I know it's gonna be good. I'm gonna just watch it and see what happens.
This shit's gonna break the internet, bro.
God,
Let another
Derek and
Iron
his
Man. Let another Iron Man show up. This shit gonna break the internet.
Oh God.
Right, so we might see it. We might see that in a far. What was it called? No Way Home. We might see some shit like that.
I don't know
I
if
feel
I'm
like
ready
they're
for
trying to
that.
set that shit up for him and Venom later on.
Nah. All right, Rachel, my dear, the floor is yours. Now you can say whatever you want. Talk how long would you want because you saved the best for last.
No, yeah, I'll just kind of what you guys were saying that I don't think it's like the best episode in terms of like action or content or not content, but like I feel like this whole episode was just good closure for everybody. Wrapping up everything. Even like Sam obviously becomes Captain America, which is great. He becomes happy, and that whole barbecue scene at the end is just I love it. I want more of it. If they just if they did a whole show just based on Bucky and him having cookouts, I would be great. Like just fine.
You want to come to a cookout, Rachel?
Yeah. Have you been to a black? Have you been to a black cookout? You been to a black cookout before, Rachel?
No, not like a huge no.
Oh, we gotta help her. We gotta help her, y'all. We need to help her.
The ribs gonna hurt.
I'll be like Bucky though. I'll bring a pre-made cake and I'll come in with the shades and I'll just be like, hey.
you about to die with the mac and cheese. You need to have mac and cheese made by black people. Your life will turn upside down. Oh my!
Is it like
God.
20 pounds of cheese and like 1 pound of macaroni?
Don't do just like that. We know how to cook mac and cheese. And we put some seasoning on that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And we put some great seasoning on it. So, anyways, let's go on to the episode 4 because I can talk all day about black food. Right? I can talk all day about this shit. So, anyway, go on, Rachel. I'm sorry.
No, yeah. So yeah, Sam gets his closure, accepting himself as Captain America, and doing that great, speech that he does to everybody to basically be like, "You guys need to do better. Accept me as Captain America. I don't give a fuck. Done."
Hey, you piece of shit.
Yeah. And like realize how you guys fucked up. But yeah, so Sam's great, and then it was great to see how he wrapped things up with Isaiah, and that wrapped up nice. That was another emotional scene. Unfortunately, Carly had to die, but I don't see.
Oh yeah, you're Carly. You're twin. You're twin.
Yeah, I'm kind of upset that she died because I was hoping that they'd be able to like finally speak some reason into her at the last second, and she would have like somewhat of redemption going on. But of course, she had to die to be like a big symbol and be like, she died for this reason, this cause, and you need to realize it. And it's like, okay. Sharon being power broker was kind of crap. I mean, that whole storyline, like if they just took the power broker out of this show, it wouldn't have made any difference.
Yeah,
like they could have just explained easier ways of like, oh, like even if Sharon was still in the show, it could have just been like, oh, we have like just Zemo knows people in Madripoor. Oh, we get, because like she didn't really do anything.
Well, my thing is
helpful.
This is me though. How the hell did Sam not hear the whole conversation? Like you had to be nearby to hear the conversation. Like, what's going on right now? Like, come on, man! All that upgrade system you have, you couldn't hear what they were talking about. Like, come on! Like, I was disappointed with that. And also, back to your point with Carly. Remember, she said right before the fight, our movement now is big. So if we die, it will still carry on. And Anthony, I think you said that if she dies, her legacy will still move on. People will still try to follow what she was doing. And we
He
saw
did.
that when the guy was like one world, one people. When he said the one to the one dude, so they blew up. And Zim was like, yeah, they dead now. See, you thought I was gone. But anyway, Rich, I'm so sorry. I saw every time somebody yells at me, I'm like, oh shit, I just thought about something. Oh shit. So Rich, I'm sorry about that.
No, whatever.
Didn't take away from your shine,
No, but yeah, just continuing the fact that it's a complete closure episode, and then obviously with Bucky, he finally finds some sort of peace in moving on with his guilt and his nightmares of Winter Soldier and becoming actually Bucky again, like a new Bucky, and being himself, and the whole ending scene, him just being an adorable little dork, so, and then being best bros, but their bromance walking into the sunset. But yeah, I think overall I really liked it just because it wrapped up nicely, and the messages were another great message to have it to end on, to just bring it home and to find put it in a nice little box.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to get into more details of specific stuff, but overall I think it was a good wrap up.
Yeah, no.
But it didn't really.
I wanted to kind of.
No, you go ahead,
I wanted to go on what she was saying. Because we didn't really talk about Zemo, exactly what you're saying, everything was closing up. It was kind of a quick thing that his butler, I guess planted the bomb and carried out his plans and just blew up the rest of the crew, which was kind of oh wow, the rest of these super,
Well, his whole goal was to kill all super soldiers. So.
Well, yeah, but it's kind of it wasn't really flashy. It was all right, it's done. I'll sit back, lay down. I'm at peace. Kind of situation. Where we, we were saying, we expected Zemo was going to be a bigger part in this whole series. Yeah, they threw him in for a good amount of the series, as an extra character, as a person helping them somewhat. But was he really the person because some of the advertisement is showing Zemo along with them. You know what I'm saying? So it was he shouldn't have been in the advertisement really.
He was being shown as like he was the villain or whatever.
Yeah. Exactly. So.
But he played the best part. He played the best part? His dancing. Okay, so we keep that fist pump going right there, man. His legacy is already solidified right there.
I'm gonna do that one night. I swear to God, I'm gonna be up in there
hey, to the Zemo, to the Zemo, to the Zemo.
That tiny snippet.
To the Zemo.
Did you watch the extended version that they released? Because they had hours of him dancing, so they released this long cut of a 5-minute thing of him dancing.
Oh my God!
No.
Yeah,
it's just him doing different dance moves, he's going
I'm here for it.
Yeah,
they had to have known that. They had to have known that was going to be a popular thing. But when they were doing the production, they had to know it was going to be a big thing right there. It was
for a second.
Yeah.
But even then, I still think his character was more important to the show and being an actual helpful character than Sharon was. She was completely pointless to me.
Looking back at it, yeah, her highlights for me was when she killed everybody. But yeah, and that one scene. But she didn't really looking back at it. She didn't really serve a purpose to me. It's okay, you're the power broker. Honestly, nothing from this show to me kind of built up to what was going on next, because WandaVision, you knew that was gonna build up to the Doctor Strange movie. This show didn't really build up to anything where it's okay.
Well, it's building
Sharon's
up to
power broker.
Cap 4.
Cap 4.
I'm assuming because I have to assume it's going to deal more, I don't know what the exact plot would be, but it has to deal with more, I'm assuming more with U.S. agent stuff going on, because now he's officially
official U.S. agent. And people were posting the picture between U.S. agent and the Falcon fighting for this episode. I'm honestly, man, even before the episode aired, I'm there's kind of no reason for them to be fighting fighting each other right now. Like
At all.
they're both going after Carly.
No.
Like honestly, the fight between just would have been pointless. Like what are y'all fighting? Like if it's a good action scene, yeah, but like other than that, though, what are y'all fighting for? Y'all gonna fight each other and and let Carly get away with what she's doing? Like
If he helped,
know.
he might have gotten reinstated, but he would have killed Carly.
he probably would have.
One thing that bugged me too about him was that didn't make sense for me story wise. I mean, I guess there's reasons behind it, but they kind of glossed over it. Like, so Walker kind of like comes out because he's like initially wanting to like take down Carly and whatever.
Morgan,
like, but like, if like they see him running around before he's U.S. agent, but like see him running around in the old cap suit that he was given, and a janky ass replica shield.
Frisbee,
and like
kindergarten frisbee. It was a kindergarten frisbee.
Like, wouldn't you think the government that like told him you're no longer Captain America suddenly be like, no, like you crossed the line. We told you you're not supposed to do this anymore, and you went out anyway. Like,
you're arrested.
Yeah, don't you think he would have been like reprimanded in some way versus like, oh, you're free to go, and now you could become U.S. agent with this weird Hydra chick?
I mean, yes and no. Yes and no, because Sam did say the government did bench us. So if he was saying it, if he was going to get in trouble, Sam and Buck probably got in trouble too. But I guess what you're saying is, the fact the government technically, man, and plus, government. I'm surprised the guy would be like, hey, Sam, can you give us back that shield? Like, nah, is it yours? Technically, what's that woman Val? What her name's like? Technically, it's not theirs. So.
But like in terms of Walker, though, like he was officially like you're not allowed to serve anymore, and he lost his pension. He was told he can't do shit. So like seeing him running around, like that should be like a no. That should be like, you get in trouble for that.
I mean, they were sure. I mean, they were in that meeting though. They were being captured or whatever. So it's like, honestly, man, at that point, I'm like, don't try to arrest me when I'm trying to save your asses right now. So. Y'all want y'all to die?
I mean, Walker didn't really do anything.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where he got pardoned. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, too, like this episode kind of showed a little bit of his like kind of not remorse, but like kind of like it kind of like took you back because he was like super like a hothead. Like obviously, like he is the over the top. I need to do everything I can to prove myself Captain America. And,
I am Captain America.
Yeah, I mean, but then this episode, the only part that was like, that kind of good to see was the fact that when he had the opportunity to take down Carly or save the people in the truck, he chose to save the people in the truck. So I think that was like the moment where he's like slapping his head, like, at the end of the day, you got to do the right thing. So he did try to do the right thing in that sense, and then Carly and her goons like ended up like tackling him. You know what I'm saying? So it was like. He did try. So it's like I kind of got to give it to him in that sense. I liked how Bucky still kind of clowned him. Like, it was like, all right, we're running side by side, but I still don't like you. Like, I like that scene. But yeah, I think that like they kind of glaze over John Walker, like as far as like him being a part of this whole thing, and as far as like him helping out a little bit in this final scene. I think Riz was right. I think that there should have been something where it was like, arrest that man or somebody like, what are you doing? Like, and then,
I would have had to defend.
Yeah, I'm saying, but then you see like if Sam's like, no, like, he served, he was trying to help kind of thing. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I guess they had to redeem him in some part because like, at least I know from like, just reading up on him from comics, like he's not supposed to be a full-out villain. He's kind of like he tries to do good, but like in an asshole way. That's not always the best way. So like he's kind of like good, but not really. So it's like I guess they had to try and make him not be.
He's good, but he doesn't do it. He doesn't do it the right way. He doesn't do it like the way like Captain America or Sam. Well, correction, the real Captain Americans would. He would do things his own way. But he is part of the Thunderbolts, though. So I mean, they're not really the best. I mean, they do good things, but they're not the best of people at the same time.
I'll be honest. I don't know what the Thunderbolts are.
What?
Yeah.
General
Yeah.
Ross has assembled an organization of basically villains and anti-heroes to form the Thunderbolts, and they are a clusterfuck.
So
They're basically
basically,
they're
like
like this, they're like the
Marvel
Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
They're like they're not, but they're doing on their own will. They're not like told, or else if they don't do it, they get a bomb shut off. But there are some badass people on that team though. You got Songbird, Penance, like the guys on that team. I take a lot more serious than the guys on the Suicide Squad. No
Oh
disrespect to
yeah,
Suicide Squad, but the Thunderbolts, yeah, I would not fuck with them at all. Pull my ass within a heartbeat, man. Shit.
Well,
Nah.
all I know is that John Walker does hold his own, though. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, he can fight, and that I think that's
I
one of the
mean,
things that like they showed too was the fact that he does have military training, and like he was holding his own with Carly for a while, like and giving her some of the business too. Like she was running at one point.
yo,
he just can't fight the Dora Milaje, and he just can't have a
whoa,
kindergarten
whoa,
frisbee, and
whoa.
then
Now he
like
can.
he'll be good.
Wait. Now he can.
Yup, he has super strength now.
He is the
Doesn't
only
mean he's
Oh
a
yeah,
good
that's
soldier.
right.
fighter though.
That's right. He didn't have. Well, but well, then again, the correction. They used the cheat code on Bucky. So I was gonna say, well, Bucky's a super soldier too, but well, no, they used the cheat code on
Yeah,
him. So
exactly.
maybe
We
he
don't know.
might.
That might come back in the future. That might come back in the future movie. He
He
might
be
get
like,
into it.
hey,
He might get
yo,
into it and be like, remember me? My
remember me?
you start drawing.
Yeah. What's up,
Yo,
man?
yo, Kevin Feige, don't do it. Oh my God. Oh shit.
It's like,
Oh, I'm
it's like,
leaving.
yeah, I
I'm
need to
leaving.
fuck these girls up right now. So I am
No,
Captain
but
America. It's like round two.
That might, they might do that. Yo, I
but
hope they do.
it's also interesting to see him like kind of have like a little kid moment too. At the very end, well, like his wife, like when she's like, you got a job again. Like he's kind of giddy like a kid. Like it seems like he
Yeah.
just wants to. He seems like he just wants to help in some kind of way, but he can't do it. He doesn't know how to do it the right way. So I kind of had to
He
kind of.
was a good. I mean, he was a good guy. It's just like you taking on the name of Captain America. It's like, nah, bro, you ain't him. Like you do your thing, but just don't call yourself Captain America when you're trying to be something that you're not.
He was just a cocky asshole. So
Yep. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But now that Super Soldier Soldier, he's like, yes, I can achieve anything now. But no, I like that he happy as a job. I guess y'all like the motherfucker now. So until he does some type of dumb shit. So,
He's
but no, I
likable.
mean, he's likable for the time being. For the time being. But there wasn't really much to say about this episode. I mean, well, the GRC, like, oh my god, when that guy was telling him, well, don't you think that people that reappeared, they see people in their houses, what are we supposed to do? Like you leave them out on the streets like that? It's like you can help them out too, bro. Like just because they appeared, does that mean you have to treat other people that are other people like shit? Like y'all making a very difficult decision when it should be really an easy decision to do. But Sam had to give y'all that
That was
smoke.
supposed to be a real. That was supposed to be a real political scene right there. They tried to get it all in that one moment.
Disney.
that whole speech that he did.
Mm-hmm.
Disney working their magic.
In other words, what Sam was pretty much saying is like, you're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. Oh, you're definitely a piece of shit. Like this, I mean, like, are y'all dumb? Like, why are we discussing this right now?
More of like,
What's
you
wrong with
guys
y'all?
are hypocrites because you're not seeing it from their perspective. You just want to see it from your perspective.
Your own
Like,
perspective,
how do you
yeah.
think they look at you that you're, pushing them out of their homes and like sending them back to their countries and shit for no reason?
Yep.
He just basically like made them wake up. Like, yo, like you have the power to do all this shit, but like you're using it for the wrong reasons. Like, how about you actually do something good with it instead of just like being assholes about it?
Yep.
Another cool thing was when I was like, oh, that's Black Falcon. It's like, nah, man, that's Captain America right there. I was like, shit, give me that title right there. Give me that title
Basically,
right there.
basically Sam becoming Captain America. It's me going, "You're doing great, sweetie. You're doing great." like,
I like that. I like that.
like
Man,
just
no,
cheering him
man.
on. Like you're.
Yeah. Yeah. Just cheering him on and shit. Uh-oh. My cousin just was saying, y'all still on. I'm saying, yeah. Yeah, by the way, guys, so we did our Mortal Kombat review this earlier today, and my cousin just went off. His energy was up there, man. So if he joins us right now, like he's gonna go in. He is gonna go in on this shit. Like just giving you a full warning right there. But nah, man. It was beautiful. See, like I said, I wanted the costume to be a little more blue, but I'll keep the white though. Like I'll keep the white.
movie.
I thought it would have been
The movie version will be better. Know that.
But
Do you
who
think
would
they'll
be?
really change it though for the movie? It's like because they gave him this whole new outfit for this episode. Like it would be weird if they suddenly like changed it.
It'll be a slight update. Like it's definitely gonna have the Avengers drawn on it and shit. It's gonna be little stuff, but it's gonna be noticeable because this is just a show budget. Like that to the movie was like the first Thor. The first Thor looked immaculate, and then after that, it just was like okay, like basic. After that,
Wait, so that is a question I've been meaning to ask you guys for like the past episode we've done. Cap, Steve Rogers, he's technically still there. He's not dead. So it's like y'all, what could y'all visit him at a father, like a elderly there?
I
I'm
think.
like, hey,
He was really old at the end of Endgame, so I feel like 5 years later, like I think he could have died, like just from being old. Like,
but it wasn't 5 years later from after the fight though. Was it?
yeah, I know, but like it's still fact of like he was really old at that point. So like if he suddenly
He
died,
was.
I can answer that. Okay. If they go with the comic books, Captain America's still around. The Super Soldier Serum basically would it never dies. So he essentially could live longer than most old people. But yeah,
just like Isaiah.
Possibly, yeah. I'm about to say Isaiah. That man, that's a big old man. Yo, he looked like one of my uncles. He stood up and I got scared.
You see, that's the other thing. I remember Isaiah had multiple tests done on him. Cap just
Exactly.
only had one test.
Yeah,
so
exactly. He was put through the ringer. Isaiah was put through the ringer. So Cap, I'm sure he's still around for Disney's convenience if they ever feel like just bring Chris Evans back, which they will.
As a cameo.
Come on,
But then that's weird. But then that's weird though, because
they
then
altered the timeline.
The whole time Bucky's trying to get closure with Sam, then why wouldn't he just go to Cap's house?
and also like Chris Evans kind of said he was like glad that even though he really loved being Steve Rogers, like he was glad that it was over finally because he's like it's been too long. Like I think he's done. He's like nope. Like
that check gonna say otherwise.
He's doing other shit though.
Time you just gotta retire. You just gotta retire.
He could come back for one movie at least. I figure it would probably be one of the multiversal movies or some shit like that because he changed the timeline as well, going back in time instead.
But see, I don't think them was like, oh, with the multiverse they could bring back now like Toady, blah blah blah, but it's not the real Toady. I'm like, no, because if you bring back any old characters that died off, that totally undermines them dying and their whole story. So it's like, just leave him dead, leave him alone, just let him stay there, accept that he's gone. Like
that's the thing. If you did that, you'd be alternating timelines, and then it would be changing the course. Right now, they're trying to fix it, and that's what Loki's going to be about.
Yeah, we're gonna go back in time with this shit right now. Some time, more time magic. I gotta be like, oh god, oh man, like it's gonna be more this time. Should we go through again? Like, I don't know if I'm up for that for that time magic theme right there.
It's
Like,
Loki.
nah.
It's Loki with Owen Wilson. I'm loving this. I am loving this.
Well, what are you not loving anything what Marvel does? I think you might be the biggest fan of all of us right now.
I've been a
Which is
Marvel
not
fan. I've been a Marvel fan since I was a little kid, bro. So it's great to me to see how big these movies are now because shit, I was the fucking kid that people made fun of for wearing the stuff. Now everybody's wearing it. Go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, man. Look, we have come a long way. But what did you guys think? Okay, so so far now we got WandaVision and we have the Falcon and Winter Soldier. Anyone? Now, Derek, I don't think you were here for this, but I think I asked Anthony and Rich about this last week because you had to leave. Which show did you like more, WandaVision or the Falcon and Winter Soldier? Because those were both at the end for both of these shows.
Falcon and
Oh,
Winter
here's my
Soldier.
cousin. Here's my cousin. Hold on. Last but not least.
Here.
All right, Emmett. Last but not least, you are here 40 minutes late, but we'll keep that. We'll keep that. I was just telling them about like, yo, what's up?
I said I'm terribly sorry. I'm terribly sorry. Had some real life.
You should be sorry. I run through a freaking schedule right now, and you ruined that shit. But no, you good. We pretty much just talked about like the last episode of the Falcon and Winter Soldier. So if you want to like go ahead and like say your piece and say your piece overall about the show.
So what part did you guys cover so far?
Everything.
All of it.
Like all of it. Like,
Basically jumped around in the whole thing, kind of.
Okay. Well, I mean, if I can have this little take on, I think like the biggest takeaway for me was the whole Isaiah Bradley situation.
Hey.
Yeah, I feel like that kind of like, especially like right now, current times, I feel like that translated like really well. I don't know. For me, it's just like Marvel has only made me drop a tear twice, 2 different occasions, when Tony died and the Smithsonian reveal for Isaiah Bradley. So, you know. But other than that, I'm pretty hype about the new suit. I like the little tidbit at the end, how they changed it to Captain America and the Winter Soldier again. Not a lot of people noticed that.
Is anyone else bothered though that like Sam did his transformation into Captain America, but like Bucky basically did his transformation of like giving up and like separating himself from Winter Soldier, but now they still call him Winter Soldier. Like, I don't know. Is this?
Like, isn't he a White Wolf now?
I don't know, something like.
But like with that being said, I don't know. A lot of people didn't take notice because Zemo, he also addressed Bucky as James. He's never done that. He's never done that the entire time. So, you know, it was just to kind of acknowledge that he's no longer under that heel of, you know, Hydra's programming and everything like that. So I think he's taking the Winter Soldier and making it, you know, his own symbol. And he's actually taking control of it. And it's not just like this, you know, infamous tagline now. It means something else.
But you also got to look at this. You also got to look at this. You also got to look at this. You're really gonna call superhero? Oh, it's Captain Falcon and it's Captain America and James. Like you gotta call him some type of superhero name. Like, oh, it's
White
James.
Wolf.
Oh, it's Bucky.
Yeah, White Wolf. I don't care. It sounds tacky, but why not?
I mean, I'll go White Wolf. I'll go White Wolf. But I feel as though only Wakandans would call him White Wolf. I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you this about the White Wolf. I feel like they're probably gonna give that a movie just to clear the gap of what he was doing in Wakanda those 2 years.
Do we want to see that though?
You think we will? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they'll spend that money for that.
Shit.
It'd be interesting if he popped up for a little bit in the next Black Panther movie.
Yeah.
Wouldn't doubt
the whole entire time that he's in Wakanda, he has one arm. They don't give him the arm until he's like done his training.
He didn't want the arm. He didn't want it.
So where's the fight?
Right.
Yeah.
Because he felt like he was obligated. He's like, oh shit, the world's ending, so I might as well. Let me tap in now. But before that,
bet
Yeah, he was like being a willful like hermit. You know, he told Steve he wanted to get put on ice at the end of Civil War.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
he definitely wasn't trying to. He wanted to be on ice. He was cool with that. So and that arm.
So
Freeze me,
okay.
B.
So okay, so now that you just said that, why would we want to see that movie?
Right.
I don't want to see him put on ice.
I want to see the White Wolf.
I just hope that like he's in the next Cap movie. It's like you have them like
Wait.
now so close that like
Wait.
if Bucky's not in there, I'll be mad.
Wait. I
Oh.
forgot. The White Wolf is somebody that T'Chaka adopted,
Oh,
and it is a white dude who is like he's the leader of the task force that they basically defends Wakanda. Look him up.
Oh, for real, for
I don't
real.
know that. I don't know
Dead
that.
ass.
You're talking about like comic canon, right?
Yes.
Hmm.
I actually I had to dig. I had to dig deep on that one. I was like, yeah, that was a fail. I got to come harder.
Well, that still's not gonna be. That still is not gonna be like, oh, I still want to watch it though. Like it's cool.
Yeah.
That would
But I'm not gonna go here.
I feel
It'd
like
be cool-
only for
it'd be
you.
cool after
certain
this.
arcs have been, you know, kind of tied up. They've kind of, you know, there's no need for like to embellish like any further. Yeah, I would love to see more of Bucky, but also I don't feel like his arc hasn't been done justice, especially with this this whole little series. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Yo, first of all, I was so mad he gave the freaking bag to that shitty therapist. Like, bitch, you don't deserve anything. You are a terrible therapist. Like, you did not help this guy at all. Why are you giving her a gift? She was garbage. Like Sam, you should have gave that gift to
You think
Sarah.
so?
He said that he should have sent that shit to the moon.
So what makes you say that the therapist was terrible?
Because she was like
I'm gonna let Ray-
passive aggressive and because like she was trying to do the whole like passive aggressive shit like, and it's just, but you're a therapist, like why are you gonna be like tough on him instead of trying to like be more like Sam and understand that this man has like PTSD, has freaking trauma, has all this shit, and you're just gonna be like, oh, you're not talking, so now I'm gonna write in my letter and you need more friends. And it's like, how about you just stop being an asshole?
So
And,
y'all
like,
remember? Now go ahead, y'all.
I was like, Sam gave him tough love. He gave him that spit. You know what you're doing right now? Blah, 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 blah. Before the trade happened, Sam gave him the real therapy. This lady was like, yeah, I'm scared of my job.
No, but
let me get
all right, let me play devil's advocate for a second. Let me
Play it.
So
play it.
when she first like somewhat introduced herself, right, into the series, she explained that she had a military background. She was also a victim of PTSD herself. She was specifically chosen to deal with Bucky because of that common ground. That's why the messages were able to be heard and interpreted, because she was able to speak Bucky's language. She was able to meet with him on that level. And that's why Sam didn't pull any punches either. Everybody that he's been around, the only person to really coddle Bucky was James. And now that James isn't around, that's why Bucky's spiraling. That's why he started, you know, he needed he had to, check Sam about the whole shield, because he was so personalized in that shield. If that makes any sense. He was like, his legacy didn't make, it's kind of like that whole Sasuke Naruto complex.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like one can't exist without the other. So Bucky's still trying to find his own identity,
Yeah, but like if you rewatch the scenes of her and him though, like she doesn't do anything helpful in the way that Sam did. Like Sam was also in the military, but he did 10 times better like talking to Bucky and like how to like process his like instead of like going after the people that you feel you encourage being the Winter Soldier, how about you help the people, that you did hurt and help in that way and be more of a service and like that type of thing. And like Sam basically fixed Bucky within like the 5-minute conversation they had together playing frisbee together. And this chick has been how long with Bucky as a therapist, and she's gotten basically nowhere. Like, I don't care if you're from the military, that doesn't mean you like suddenly understand each other. Like, that doesn't, I don't know.
That's how they portrayed it. And it's like she was being hard on him because she was just calling him all his bullshit. Whereas Sam was more of a friend. So when it came off comical because it's not coming from somebody that was appointed to me, somebody I already know. Like, he can call me on it because we've already been here and a few times, especially with the not moving the seat back. So we know.
Well, let's just put it like this too. Like, it was also another way the show introduced the fact that Bucky was missing a family, and like I guess
Yeah.
like Sam and like his family ended up being his family. So then him talking to him that way, it felt more comfortable. It made him listen more so than she could, because to him and her it was just him and the therapist. To him and Sam it was him and family. So.
Every time you say
seeing him
family,
practically adopted by the Wilsons is probably the cutest thing in the world to me.
It is.
like him playing with the kids. I'm like, you can't tell me that him playing with the kids that much. Like, they don't refer to him as like Uncle Bucky now or like Uncle James or something. Because like, come on,
we're gonna call you Daddy now.
And also,
that's no.
Also, to
No.
chime in, like, Sam, a lot of his trauma is very, very recent, especially, with the whole after the snap, the whole blip situation, facing these threats. He's fairly new to this, because if we remember when we first got introduced to Sam, he was a retired Air Force member. He wasn't special ops. He wasn't a Marine. He wasn't really exposed to like combat like that. Not to say that he wasn't, because we see it in his conditioning in the Winter Soldier when we first get introduced, when Cap is, granted the super serum, but Sam was still struggling a little bit with his conditioning. He wasn't really exposed to that. This lady, she was ex-Marine. There was it was a different way. For whatever reason, she was just able to meet him on that frequency. It may not have been like, I feel like, that obvious to the average viewer that's looking at Bucky with that empathy and saying, hey, come on now, be a little bit gentle here. He's been through some stuff. I just feel like she was able to kind of like make a beeline to the source, the root of the problem, and somehow he was even able to recognize that, which is a big thing, because this guy has been literally a puppet, a covert puppet for longer than he's supposed to naturally been alive, So
she's still a trash ass therapist.
It wasn't working though, because he was lying to her, and like he wasn't really following what she was telling him to do. So like, I think if you don't trust your therapist, and you're like not willing to like be open about it, because then the only way you could make progress is being true with your therapist. If he's lying to her this whole time and like not really going anywhere, and he has a fake flip phone to give her when he has like his iPhone like that he's talking on the rest of the show, like it's not working, because like he obviously doesn't trust her, and he obviously doesn't like her. So like he's just there because the government's making him go to therapy.
Wasn't he making it down the list though with everything, especially that one dude's dad out in Japan or wherever it was at?
That was the only contribution that she had, was giving him that book and giving him that list. But I think Sam took it a step further of okay, because she was just making him go and like make peace, and he wasn't making actual peace with them. He was just kind of like, like you doing with the father. He was just kind of hanging around them. And every time it got to a situation where you talk about his son, he would, neglect it or just go away from it. Where when he got with Sam made him actually check himself and be like, what you're doing right now isn't really giving you clarity. You need to really do the work.
Right.
Where she started it and Sam finished it basically. And so I think that parting gift to her was pretty much like thank you for starting the process with me and trying to help me, but I got it now. Like
it was definitely a huge factor in the collaborative effort. Like, so that's what my whole thing is, to acknowledge that, you know what I mean, her contribution in that. Definitely, in her own way. It may seem a little bit rugged at first, and obviously maybe not the most ideal way, but she did still get through to this guy. And you're talking about a hardened, traumatized, like this dude's got super PTSD. Like he don't got no regular like PTSD. This dude's got super PTSD. So I think she definitely made a dent.
Yep.
So, what did you think about this show overall? Like, did you like it more than WandaVision, or do you did you like how it ended? Because we all were expecting a bit more. Like, we all thought it was good. It was a good last episode, but like we were expecting like a lot more.
I mean, it stayed in the lane that it was supposed to stay in, I think, and also took the Captain America trilogy to the next level. With this whole addition. But me, I'm more like interested in what's next as far as Wanda's story is concerned, because that stuff, like, as far as the multiverse is concerned, I feel like that's piquing my interest a little bit more. Captain America's stories have always been a lot more grounded, which is okay because they've excelled in that. But I wouldn't say it was better than WandaVision. I feel like they were just both amazing in their own right.
I rock with that. I can rock with that.
That's true. That's a hard comparison to make.
Yeah,
because they're both different. They're both
completely
different.
Two different messages, and it's so
way out of left field.
I just wish they could have given love to Wanda when she was alone. But now you're like, Wanda, you'll be fine. You lost vision, you'll be fine. We'll leave you alone. She needs some freaking therapy. Leaving my baby alone like that, that's some bullshit.
But the more that I thought about it after the show, I kind of like, did people even know like where the hell she went though?
Right.
Did anyone?
Because like,
y'all got phones? Y'all serious? Y'all can find someone.
You think that she's keeping the same cell phone number that like they had when they were like all buddies at the Avengers Tower?
They're all Avengers. They're all Avengers. They're like, y'all gotta communicate some way. It's like, oh shit, the world's in trouble. Fuck, I can't call anybody right now. Fuck, like.
But if you think about it, the only thing that's keeping them really all together was Tony and Steve, and with both of them gone, it was kind of like
I say more Cat.
Yeah, like it's kind of the same thing with Bucky and like Sam. Like, oh, we were just two guys that kind of had a connection from another similar friend. Like, we weren't really close ourselves. So like, I feel like once Tony and like Steve were gone, is like the Avengers kind of just like fell apart, and it's kind of like everyone just went their separate ways.
Like there's so many different Avengers right now that are off world. You got the Asgardians of the Galaxy that's getting ready to set up. We got the the Eternals that are about to get introduced. I feel like when it comes to like the celestial aspect and the cosmic Marvel, that's where they're cashing in at right now, especially after the events of Infinity War and Endgame. A lot of Phase 4 is going to be a lot of damage control. We're going to see a lot of ramifications of we're seeing that. Look at WandaVision and Winter Soldier, not Winter and Falcon and the Winter Soldier. All of these stories, they're in their own lane, but the common denominator here is damage control. How is everybody, after these events? What took place? How the world now with Steve and Tony being gone.
And we're gonna probably get more of that with Hawkeye once that comes out.
Yeah.
So just thinking about like the way what you were talking about with why they didn't call Wanda or vice versa. I kind of started thinking about that and wondering why. And then I'm like, if you think about it, it's almost like going to work, right? You see everybody, like you have coworkers, like you're cordial with each other, like you guys are all cool at work, but you're not buddy with everybody. You're not calling everybody after you get off of work. So it's kind of like
not saying you gotta be buddy, but it's like, hey, can I have you on speed dial if I'm in trouble? Like, hey, I got this motherfucker. I got this motherfucker fucking me up right now. I need you on speed dial to help me out right now, motherfucker. Like,
and
help me out like, here. I'm getting my ass.
Everyone had their own shit. But like everyone had their own shit too, so like that's kind of like
I got my shit
if everyone's
help me out here too. Help me out.
If everyone has to deal with their own shit, they're not like probably thinking of other people right away at first. They're probably dealing with their own shit first.
We saved the world together. You owe me. We saved the world together. We stopped Thanos. You owe me. So help me out.
But Danvers,
But she didn't ask for help though. That was the whole thing. She didn't try to call anybody for help because she was fucking depressed and shit. So she went off and did her own thing. It's not like she was asking people to
They
like
should
help
have
me.
checked on her. They should have checked on her.
But Danvers said it best though. Danvers said it best though. What happened on Earth happened across the universe. Across the universe. So she's got a lot of work to do. Her schedule is, you know what I mean? And so what we see in the next Captain Marvel, we don't know what's gonna happen, like especially with Secret Invasion getting set up. Like she's busy. And the Guardians, they're gone. They got stuff that they gotta do for, you know, the rest of the Asgardians. There's no more Asgard. Yeah, like there's not much going on right now. Like wherever where's Scott at? We don't even know where Scott Lang's at. Where's Ant-Man? Like nobody, you know, there's not too many. Banner's like halfway dead. I don't know if he's gonna figure it out, like because they just left him limp. You know what I mean? We don't know the ramifications of that.
That's right. His arm is still fucked up.
Yeah.
It'll heal.
It's a lot of damage control happening.
It'll heal.
The plot will call for it.
Right.
But okay, but my last question is that the next Marvel, the most Marvel fan is Loki, but Loki is kind of like, is Loki its own thing, right, or is it following the story?
The Time Police is going to be involved, so who knows? And you know, the multiverse is already going to be explored. It's already been mentioned, so like I feel like things could get really weird, like. All the casting for all of the legacy Spider-Mans from, you know, Sam Raimi's, you know what I mean, with Alfred Molina, we're hearing about that. Then, you know, like I said, again, with these consequences, Peter Parker's identity is now in the world. You know, that's one of the latest installments too. And I think a lot of people forget about that because, you know, there's not a lot of rewatchability because it's not available on these streaming networks yet, you know, but that's a big thing. That's going to be big. You know, Hydra comes back.
Hydra comes back. But now my thing is this though: with COVID fucking up the order of these movies, what's Black Widow can tie into? Because I think Rachel, you said first, right, that Val, whatever her name was supposed to be introduced in Black Widow.
Yeah, the Black Widow was supposed to come out before this show, so she was supposed to be first introduced in that. And apparently the movie has to deal with like them doing something with the serum, whether it's like trying to get it back from people or whatever.
They want to replicate the version from the Red that the people have in the Black Widow program at the Red Room. They have the super soldier serum as well. Black Widow is a super soldier, so it's going to be interesting. Oh yeah, wait, Taskmaster too. Taskmaster plays a big part in this movie as well. So and Taskmaster can memorize anybody's moves. That's kind of scary.
Mm-hmm. And he charges people if you want to take his classes.
And Thunderbolt Ross is in this movie.
Yeah, this is.
Oh, really?
This is supposed to take place like after Civil War, when you know Tony tells her, you know, she better watch her back. Like those 2 years before she comes back. In Infinity War, that's all of this. She goes back to like the Red Room, apparently. I guess, you know, because she has no other safe haven, so she has to go to her roots, and I guess they take it from there.
Yeah, pretty much. They
know, like overall, the Captain America in
this. Pretty much. Well, man, I think we talked about everything right there. I think we're good. I mean, like I said, overall, good show. Now we have a long ass break until Loki comes out. That's gonna be interesting.
I'm looking forward to this Friday when they should be releasing the making of this show, like they did at WandaVision, where they did like a little hour mini doc of like behind the scenes stuff.
Dope.
Wait, so Emmett, do you still think Anthony Mackie as Francis from 8 Mile anymore, or has he like has he gone? Claire, whatever. I don't know why I say Francis Claire. I'm sorry, I'm tired. Clarence, yeah.
And Clarence's parents had a real good marriage.
His parents had a real good marriage.
So no. So yeah. So I guess. The only thing that can stop Captain America now is Eminem. That's the only person that can stop him at
Oh,
this point.
God.
That's a meme.
That's the,
That's a meme. Oh my god.
is that really a meme right now?
No,
No, I'm about
you
to
just
make.
made it up.
Yeah. I'm surprised no one made it yet. Like that's a must right there. That's a must. Yo, Rachel looks mad tired right now. I can see it in her eyes right there.
Yeah.
Hey, Rachel, at least you're not falling asleep on stream.
No.
At least you're not falling asleep. Unlike somebody.
Mm.
I don't know what you're
Oh,
talking about.
spicy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you awake right now, buddy? You awake? You fall asleep?
Nah, man, that was great. That was a great moment. That's good.
Oh,
Where it looked
okay,
like he just straight up died because he like wasn't moving off camera.
You could just see
it
his
was
shirt.
that.
You could just see his shirt, and it wasn't.
It was like this. It was like this. Oh,
I saw him falling the whole
Yeah, it
entire
was like
time.
that.
They was like there. I said, no.
Another good moment was Rachel's mom popped in, like, "Oh, you're doing your podcast right now?"
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh
I
my
love
God.
it.
Oh yeah, I was like,
It's
you were
funny, I
gone when
told
that
her-
happened.
Yeah, it was
Damn.
funny. Because I told her, "Oh, yeah, I'm doing my podcast at like around 8:30," and then like 8:30 comes, and she's like, "Aren't you supposed to be doing your podcast? What's happening?" I'm like, "Oh, he's running late. Like, whatever."
Yeah.
No, it was
I'm
so
sorry
funny.
about that. I'm sorry about that. But no, like I said, y'all got any last words of this show and like what you're looking forward to? And Derek, do not get your hopes up with like this theory stuff because you're just gonna set yourself for failure. But don't say any Mephistos.
It's Mephisto.
I'll just say super hyped and looking forward to Cap 4 and the way that they ended it with their relationship. I hope Bucky's in it too. They're like
Real.
PB and J now. It's like I'd be very sad if they suddenly just split them up. So yeah.
Wait, so Captain America would be peanut butter because he's black, and Bucky would be jelly, which I don't know.
I mean, no
Jelly.
goddamn.
I mean,
Well, it doesn't make
it don't matter.
It doesn't matter. So wait, so what type of bread? Wheat or white bread?
Yo,
It matters now. It matters now.
Eating a slice of white bread.
Wheat bread is better than white bread.
Wheat bread is way better.
Wheat bread is way better.
they're gonna put it on multigrain.
Oh my god.
Yeah, multigrain's better than wheat. Multigrain is like that true organic, like true bread shit.
I can't eat.
Too
I
dry.
can't eat
Wheat's
that.
too dry.
I can't eat multigrain. Can't eat it.
I'm gonna tell you a brand of bread. I'm gonna tell you a brand of bread. Try Dave's Killer Bread. That shit is like the best bread.
I ain't trying
I have
shit
had
with the
that.
name
Yes,
Killer
so
attached
good.
to it.
It's so good though.
Yep, it's good for you too. It's not bad. Like, you don't got
Yeah,
that
it doesn't
shit.
have any of the fillers or like the bleached like white bread shit in it with all this preservatives and extra sugar and crap. It's like actual bread.
Yep.
Like fake bread, like typical white bread makes me sick. I eat their bread and I'm like, this is great.
Great. Yeah.
I like her hand moves. It was just on point with everything right there. Just
Nah, it's
great.
Immaculate.
It's perfect.
Imagination.
Perfect bread.
Imagination. Imagination.
Imagination.
Oh my god.
I
Look at
can't
these hands.
understand your accent.
Oh, we can go all day with SpongeBob. Derek, Anthony, you guys have any last words with this show? What you're looking forward to see in the MCU?
Nothing. Anthony Mackie about to get it. Eminem.
Cut
Hail
the
to-
check.
Cut the check.
Cut the check and share some with me because I am broke.
Nah.
Share some, yeah. Share some. I'd be like, hey, brother, hey, Captain America. Hey, you want to make a change? Help with my student loans. You can really help a brother out right there. I will really truly call you Captain America. You can help me with these damn student loans, man. You got to help us, man.
Just wipe them shits clean.
If the making of doc doesn't have at least one clip of Anthony saying "cut the check," I'll be very upset.
Look at
He
that.
does it after every take. Like,
Did you see? Did you see this special like behind it? Like the one I think it was on Instagram when he's jumping out of the place like YOLO.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, jumping out. Yeah.
He is he's a savage too. Like he be like the comebacks he be doing. I did watch Mojo his top 10 killer moments like a comeback. It was pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Anthony, you got any last words looking forward to?
I don't know. I mean, I like how they made the show. You know, obviously they did it with, some, class and grace as far as, introducing, like a black Captain America. Like, I think they didn't do it wasn't like over the top. Like everything was like kind of done in a tasteful way, in a way where it wasn't like overly done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it was like done in a way where people can start to understand like inclusion, to start to understand like, things don't have to be just one way anymore. So I mean, I think they did a good job on the show just by kind of spreading that kind of vibe into the universe. And I kind of look forward to seeing like, the new Cap and like what they do with them, because they did kind of show like, a few moments in the actual this last episode where he's using the shield in like a pretty dope way. So I'm pretty like excited to see like him use it, in the movie, because that whole helicopter scene where he kind of throws it and he does like a somersault was pretty dope. I just kind of want to see more of that, but I think like they kind of nailed it. And they didn't have enough money in the budget for the TV show, but the movie, I feel like they're gonna have enough money to do some spicy stuff. So
they're gonna win.
Yeah. So, but other than that, man, I don't know. Like these two, like WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier were two, like I think we're like they were like we're setting this bar right now, and I think like the bar now is like. It's hard to tell because like I'm not a huge Loki fan, but I will take a watch to it. And some of the other shows that they got coming out. It's like I hope they just keep this kind of going. I mean, they did up the price on Disney Plus, so they're probably like we got some fire shit coming out, so we're gonna raise the prices on everybody's shit. So we'll see.
I mean, where I expect the MCU is like characters that you would not think about would be on the big screen will be this popular. Because like I said, even Avengers were popular, but they were never this popular. No one knew who Guardians of the Galaxy was. No one cared for. I mean, people liked Doctor Strange, but he wasn't as popular. Falcon and Winter Soldier, they're popular guys now. WandaVision, they're popular. Like any character that Disney touches, like bang, you're powerful now. Bang, you're powerful now. Like, that's some magic dust that we're gonna give you guys, like some angel dust or whatever. But Emmett, any last final thoughts we're looking forward to in the MCU?
Yeah, I'm definitely happy they announced that they're going to continue, the Captain America line. So that's going to be cool to see. Pretty much just springboarding off a little bit what Ann said, like it was just beautifully done. I felt like there was a lot of things that typical superhero movies don't really address, and it was just really refreshing to like this to see that, especially because of the era that Captain America did come out. It's easy to glorify, his heroism, but the actual social climate, for that to be addressed, what it would have looked like for a Black Captain America to try to have it exist during that time, and I don't know if you guys took a look at the series on Amazon Prime. I don't know if you guys have taken a watch that.
I did not plan on watching that. After what I saw, I heard about episode 5. When I heard about episode 5, I don't know what happened, but I know some fucked up shit goes on episode 5. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to watch that.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely jarring to see, but it's worth the watch because that whole Great Migration era, it was definitely tricky times to say the least. But not to digress too much, but going back to again the whole Captain America thing, in that series, and them, they, like, you know, they expressed like what a lot of black military members, what they went through, some of the practices that they had to experience, and it was just interesting to see how Isaiah, you know, kind of added to that too, like how his whole experience. Am I echoing for everybody right now?
Mm-hmm.
A little bit.
Well, I'm
It's
sorry.
a little bit, but not. But it's not a little bit, but it's nothing like bad.
We can hear what you're saying though.
Okay, all right, cool.
Hmm.
But nah, yeah, just Isaiah's experience, you know, how he was just pretty much just used as a weapon. He was pretty much another Bucky, you know what I mean? But it's just not talked about, you know. It was just great to see that, you know, Sam did what he did at the end of it. So we're not trying to ramble too much. Definitely excited to see that.
That was a heavy scene, though. I mean, yeah, that was a real heavy scene. If there was something I took away from that last episode, I think a lot of people could feel that final scene and just how they kind of, you know, shined in on the monument and the statue was pretty awesome, I would say. So that was a good way to end it, because what we were talking about last week, what we were talking about as far as like the old school talking to the young school, like, you know, there will never be this, or, you know, you should be ashamed if you ever try to become Captain America, like. And then for him to kind of reverse that idea and actually show, you know, Isaiah that there is progression, there is, you know, change happening, and how it made him happy to see, you know, the difference that he is making. You know, I think that was like a powerful message at the end.
Yeah, he did mention, you know, what was all the sacrifice for if we're not going to stand up, you know, and fight. Like, we built this land, and it was just really decent to have him emphasize that, because a lot of people just see, you know, especially as a black man in America, what is this country, you know, how often have those stripes been in my favor, you know, those stars and stripes been in my favor, you know, and it was just good to see, like, you know, let me just make the best. I'm not gonna sprinkle gold on shit, and, you know what I mean, like, not call it what it is, but just to be able to take control and actually, you know, make something of it, and then, you know, take that symbol and have it mean more than what it is. You know, when people see that, all right, I'm not just Black Captain America, or I'm not just the Black Falcon, I am, period. You know, and I think that was really, really dope to, you know, kind of set in stone moving forward with the whole Marvel legacy.
It's pretty much see past skin color.
Exactly. I am the symbol. You know, I am the symbol.
Exactly. I can't even. What'd you say, Rachel?
I was gonna say my last 2 cents is out of the many messages out of the show, I feel like the thing was Steve's true legacy wasn't the shield, it was Sam and Bucky, because they were 2 people that hated each other but only connected through Steve, and through all this they come together, and now they're best friends, and they finally understand each other, and
they're not friends.
shows...
They're coworkers. They're coworkers.
if he's going to the cookout, they're more than coworkers, okay?
They're more than coworkers.
But yeah, to see them like come together, that was basically what Steve kind of represented, of like people getting together and coming together, and I feel like that was a happy
unity,
thing.
That unity. That's what it's about. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I did also too, Rich. You gotta understand too that they were 2 like of his friends, so it was like I was his friend first, bitch. I was his friend, and it was a jealousy factor between the 2. I think too.
He's my friend. No, he's not. He's my friend. No,
he's my best. He's my best pal.
He was my friend.
I knew him more than you.
You were bitch. You were frozen. Where were you all these years? I was with him in today's world. I told about Marvin Gaye. Okay, so you can't tell me that you're my friend. But right on, guys. Like, it's hard for me to, like, you know, piggyback on that. But, you know, 1,000 appreciate of everything you guys said. But man, tell you guys, this has been a great series. We're gonna go on a break until there's some time we want to talk about. We might get together about that, but we have until June 11th until we talk about Marvel shit again, unless there's like a big Marvel news that comes out, for all we know, which I doubt we'll get any big Marvel news. Like, It has to be like a huge game changer. Like someone gets pushed back, or somebody leaves, or someone gets fired. Like I don't freaking know. I'm just tired. I'm just like rambling on and shit. But thank you guys so much for joining us. Like it's been real. You guys went till June 11th, so you know. Well, no, June 11th is when Loki starts. But like, sorry, we'll just do the discussion every Sunday. Hopefully, in the summertime, we won't all be too busy, because that would just be bad. If one Sunday you'd be like, oh shit, I can't join you guys because I'm on vacation, that'd just be bad. I don't know.
I was doing my vacation.
Is Jay? I think I feel Rachel's about to fall asleep right now.
My brain's checking out, so.
I'm about to say, guys. If the screen cuts off, we won't be offended. It's all good.
No, it's my brain shutting off, and Rob is just starting to sound like wah 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 wah.
I'm up for you to go that shit. No one told you to say it right now.
Sound like Charlie Brown in the game.
Charlie Brown.
Yeah. And she called me Rob. I don't like Rob.
Sorry.
It's either RL, Robert, or Knuckles. Those are the 3 names.
Hey, when you texted me what your name was, you said both. So.
Yeah. Did I say Rob? Did I say Rob?
Yeah, you said both. You said either Knuckles or Rob.
I did not
yes, you
say
did.
Rob.
I have the receipts. I have the receipts.
I did not say Rob. On everything I love, I did not say Rob. Because no,
I'll find it. You want me to find it?
Yeah, I'm putting.
I'll show it. You got some receipts. I waited. I waited.
Yo, I'll be so dead right now. She go, yo, keep it live too, because I want everybody.
Keep it live. Do it live. Do it live.
I'll wait.
He's sweating. Look at him. He's sweating.
I'm gonna end this broadcast if it's true. I'll be like,
okay. You said, haha. My name is Robert, but you could either call me Robert or Knuckles.
What did I say, Rob? Did I say Rob? Hold up.
Are you dumb? 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 Are you dumb?
But you didn't specify not to say Rob.
Put it in the chat.
Where's Maurice?
You didn't specify.
I didn't say call you Rob.
You didn't specify.
I didn't say.
You didn't say don't call me Rob though.
I didn't say that.
But you didn't say not to.
Did I say Robin that?
You didn't say not to.
Did I say Robin that?
Hey, all the viewers out there, just know not to call him Rob. If you type in the chat box, do not call him Rob. Call him Robert.
I love how Rachel. Where's all this energy right now? I thought you were tired. Where's this energy coming out right now?
Because you were wrong. That's why.
You just said I got the receipts to call me Rob. Yeah. So clearly
you said Robert, and do what most people would say, Rob. And you didn't say don't call me Rob. So how am I supposed to know?
I told you what to call me.
I'm gonna tell you what
to call me in text.
If someone said, "Hey, my name's Matthew," I would probably just call them Matt.
If you tell me to, if you call me this name, I'm gonna call you by that. I never do the whole short thing. I go like, hey, you tell me that's your name, I'm gonna call you that.
Well, now I know, so I won't call you Rob anymore.
Receipts my ass.
All right, bye, Rob.
Anyways. All right, you're not invited. I'm gonna fight all you right now. I'm gonna fight all you. Let me get my keyblade and bust all your asses right now. Pause. Like
the keyblade, yo.
The keyblade. The keyblade.
To come out with the Kingdom Hearts. All right,
because clearly
this is great.
Which keyblade though? Because the original one's kind of shit though in stats.
It's the one that I got. So I'm gonna turn. See, all y'all got your freaking heartless in you right now. I'm gonna lock your hearts and tell them and treat me with some respect, bitches.
Calm down, Sephiroth.
Yo, Call me, but anyways, this is a great discussion. We can go on and on and down to talk about how wrong Rachel is, everybody. So Rachel just, pretty much exposed herself for lying. So yeah, she got that. Yeah, hold this L. Hold this L for me right now. Hold this L. We're gonna go to Club Shay Shay. We're gonna so you have some hot L's like Club Shay
Oh
Shay.
my God, Club Shay.
We gotta go to Club Shay.
Not
Some
Club
hot
Shay Shay.
hot L's. Hot L's. All right, guys. It's been a pleasure. You guys are watching. See you guys in a couple months for Loki. So y'all be safe. We'll see you guys next time. And Rachel, hold this L.